Erling Haaland is a physical phenomenon, completely unstoppable in direct combat. But structurally, he possesses a single, fatal mathematical flaw. In tactical evolution, defenses usually start at the peak of Mount Stupid. This is the gladiator mindset, the belief that to stop a dominant striker, you need an equally massive defender to aggressively man-mark him into submission. Look at the typical result. Defenders try to grapple him, going shoulder to shoulder in the penalty box to assert physical dominance. Haaland actually weaponizes that contact. He uses a defender's forward momentum against them, feeling their pressure to instantly spin into the vacated space and finish the chance. Trying to solve a systemic offensive threat through one-on-one combat is a strategy that almost guarantees a goal. Realizing this, defenses plunge into the valley of despair. They abandon the physical fight and drop into a passive low block, hoping to suffocate the space he needs to run. This high-contrast chart shows how that strategy backfires. Compared to elite forwards like Harry Kane or Kylian Mbappe, Haaland takes a remarkably low 22 touches per 90 minutes. He is incredibly patient, waiting out those low blocks to maintain a lethal 32% conversion rate. Plus, if you commit 2 or 3 defenders to smother him inside the box, you leave Manchester City or Norway's other world-class attackers completely unmarked at the edge of the area. Ahead of their 2026 World Cup matchup with Norway, Senegal manager Pape Thiaw stopped looking at Haaland and started looking at the network supporting him. To survive, Senegal couldn't build an anti-Haaland plan. They had to build an anti-Norway plan, a defensive architecture designed to dismantle the supply network itself. The Norwegian attack operates on a precise mathematical relationship between 2 points, the terminal node, Erling Haaland, and the routing node, Martin Ødegaard.
Because Haaland possesses terrifying straight-line speed, opposing center-backs are terrified of leaving green grass behind them. They preemptively retreat deep into their own penalty box. As defensive dots retreat, a massive pocket of central space expands outside the penalty box, Zone 14. Watch the blue dot representing Ødegaard step into that vacuum, granting him uncontested time to project passing lanes forward. Norway's true lethality relies entirely on this spatial vacuum. Haaland clears the room, and Ødegaard orchestrates the final blow. To disrupt this geometry, Senegal relies on a highly athletic, disciplined midfield matrix, anchored by players like Idrissa Gana Gueye. Instead of dropping into a deep block, Senegal holds their ground in the middle third, compressing horizontally to use the touchlines as an extra defender. This schematic breaks down their trap. Senegal deliberately leaves a wide passing lane visibly open as bait. But the moment the pass travels, the defensive shapes instantly swarm, collapsing the lane. Crucially, Senegal's central midfielders refuse to retreat and mark Haaland. They step out aggressively, constantly shadowing and harassing Ødegaard in those half spaces. By explicitly sacrificing coverage on the ultimate weapon, Senegal chokes the oxygen out of the mastermind pulling the trigger. Under this relentless pressure, Ødegaard is forced to drop deep into his own half just to safely receive the ball. Operating from that far back, he rarely gets the chance to turn and face forward. Norway's intricate attack devolves into predictable, desperate long balls that are easily swept up. This line chart reveals the mathematical reality of that severed connection. As Ødegaard's average distance from goal increases, Haaland's expected goals plummet towards 0. When the routing node cannot transmit data, the terminal node is rendered completely obsolete. The threat is neutralized before a single shot is fired. The endgame of this systemic trap leaves Haaland completely isolated, starved of service, and safely contained by the imposing presence of Captain Kalidou Koulibaly. At the slope of enlightenment, elite managers accept that raw physical power in the box is no longer the primary defensive metric. The upcoming 2026 World Cup matchup between Norway and Senegal promises to be a masterclass in this exact type of spatial mathematics. The world's most perfect striker cannot be defeated by a single man. He can only be erased by a flawless system.